Right now, members of the trans community are speaking out after a rise in anti-transgender messages showing up around Madison. Who they believe is behind those messages.
Plus, Madison health officials are rolling out a new tool to help people curious about the state of respiratory viruses in our area, how it works, and when you'll be able to use it.
And debt talks intensify with the deadline looming. How close the Biden administration and Republicans say they are to a deal. That's all coming up right now at 10. Thanks for joining us. Across Madison, anti-transgender graffiti and stickers are showing up in public places and spaces, leaving many transgender people in our community frustrated and worried for their safety.
The News 3 Now's Tahlil Mohadeen spoke with those impacted and shares why they are sounding the alarm here. Tahlil?
Members of the trans community I spoke with really want people to know how pervasive these anti-trans messages have been. While many see Madison as an overall inclusive community, they don't want to give hate a chance to prosper here.
I removed 7 today off the public property off the street.
Though the messages are taken down almost as fast as they go up.
It's almost like they don't exist, but they do, and they did.
The evidence of what was once there remains.
We've noticed specifically they're going after transgender people and specifically trans women like myself.
Jade says she and other members of the LGBT+ community and their allies have been seeing anti-trans stickers and graffiti showing up all over Madison, and messages in support getting defaced.
This was a Progress Pride flag at some point.
She says it's the work of a group called Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists, or TERFs, meant to make members of the trans community feel unwelcome.
It's a little bit of like, okay, you might be accepted generally, but there's still this pocket of women mostly who just hate my guts.
Madison officials say when they get a complaint or a city worker spots a hate message on their own, as a point of policy, they always take swift action. If they can remove it, they will. If they can't, they'll cover it up. So why bring any attention to it at all? Jade says while stickers and graffiti may seem small, people are talking about them, and the messages have real-world implications.
There are a lot of the ideological underpinnings behind some of the bills you see down in Florida that ban us from bathrooms.
So to fight the hate, she wants to see it called out.
Saying, this is what this is why it's dangerous, and this is the sort of tactics that other hate groups use and can be used by them.
This isn't the first time anti-trans messaging has appeared across the city. Earlier this year on the UW campus, several transgender pride stickers seemed to be defaced. Other transphobic stickers have appeared in Tenney Park in years prior.
Temperatures won't be as high tomorrow as they were today. Let's check the first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, Charlotte has started to turn cooler here. We've had some chilly air near Lake Michigan start to work its way inland. Let's start out by taking a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam looking toward the west. We had lots of sunshine this morning, just some cirrus clouds, and then watch as the haze came in. That's actually wildfire smoke from wildfires in southern Canada that's made it into the Midwest. High temperatures today, a little deceiving. Madison hit 79, Milwaukee 82. That looks pretty warm. But watch what happens to temperatures over the 12-hour period beginning late this morning. Temperatures were already close to 70. Milwaukee got up to around 80 around 2 p.m. And then watch what happens to those temperatures over eastern Wisconsin as that lake breeze kicks in. Temperatures dropped into the 40s in the lakeshore areas, while they're still in the 60s out to the west, almost near 70 near the Mississippi River. Across Dane County, temperatures are mainly in the mid to upper 50s. 55 right now in Madison, 58 degrees in Edgerton, and 57 in Mount Horeb. Look for skies to be mostly clear tonight. It will be cooler, low temperature dropping to 40 degrees by morning, but we will look for milder weather to return at least for a day on Thursday before some showers and thunderstorms arrive. I'll tell you how long the mild weather will last in just a few minutes.
Just days after a 13-year-old student was killed while waiting to board a school bus outside of Reedsburg, a state bill is now circulating that would increase penalties for people failing to stop for a school bus. Currently, failing to stop can result in a $30 to $300 fine. According to the lawmakers behind the bill, the penalty for these violations has not increased since 1983. The new legislation would increase that to $300 to $1,000 plus court cost. Meanwhile, the Department of Transportation shares other ways to ensure safety on the road.
Get rid of all distracted driving. I think our accident rate will go down tremendously. Our crash rate will go down tremendously.
We reached out to the mother of Evelyn Gurney, the teen who died last Friday, who shared the following statement about the proposed legislation, saying in part, We just want to make sure kids can get to school without fear. What happened was a tragic accident and no laws could have changed that. The Wisconsin State Patrol will be monitoring the skies above Dane County this week. Aerial enforcement is planned for I-3990 on Friday. Officials say the aerial view will make it easier to spot drivers who are speeding and driving aggressively. When they do spot a violation, they'll radio a trooper on the ground.
To update now, yesterday's mass shooting in New Mexico. Authorities say the gunman who killed 3 women and wounded 6 other people in his neighborhood was an 18-year-old high school student. The suspect was allegedly carrying at least 3 weapons, including an AR-15 style rifle. A 97-year-old woman, her daughter in her 70s, and a third victim, also in her 70s, died in that rampage. As investigators search for a motive here, officials say they have not uncovered any information to indicate the gunman knew any of the victims.
This incident appears to be purely random and had no specific targets or motives that we can identify at this time.
The county sheriff says 4 officers fired a total of 16 rounds at the suspect, who died during the incident. 2 law enforcement officers were also wounded. A Madison man sentenced to 7 years in federal prison today for selling meth. 23-year-old Matthew Yancey pleaded guilty in February to selling 50 grams or more of the drug. Prosecutors allege Yancey sold meth to an undercover officer in Madison between June 13th and July 20th last year. Officers allegedly found fentanyl, cocaine, and meth while searching Yancey's residence during his arrest. It's been a while since COVID has topped the headlines, but people are still curious about the state of respiratory viruses in our area.
To help keep residents informed, Madison health officials will soon roll out a new tool. McKenna Alexander joins us with those details.
Tonight, the Madison Common Council authorized the moving of funds to build a new respiratory pathogen surveillance system. This future resource is something officials at Public Health Madison and Dane County say will help keep track of viruses in our area. A new data tracking tool called a respiratory pathogen surveillance system will soon be available to Dane County residents wanting to know more about the viruses circulating in their area.
The goal of any kind of illness surveillance is to ensure that individuals have all of the information they need to make good decisions for themselves, just understanding kind of where we're at with flu, where we're at with RSV, and of course where we're at with COVID, and kind of making choices for their own health.
Officials at Public Health Madison and Dane County say this new resource builds on lessons learned during COVID and applies them to other respiratory illnesses that existed before the pandemic, such as the flu and RSV.
Looking at how we're collecting data, the sources of data that we're getting, and some of those partnerships that we built during COVID, just trying to kind of capitalize and build off of that as we move forward.
Not only will the new tool help public health track respiratory illnesses, it will also offer transparency to a community that, since COVID, has become accustomed to having the latest data readily available.
We're hoping to have this available for folks who are kind of looking to navigate this upcoming respiratory virus season in this, again, post-emergency declaration, post-COVID. We saw there was a lot of people that liked having that information available and accessible. So we're hoping that we can kind of continue that and maintain it moving forward.
PHMDC expects to have the respiratory pathogen surveillance system up and running by this fall. Officials with PHMDC say more details about the surveillance system will be released closer to its launch.
McKenna, thank you. The U.S. does not have enough doctors and nurses to treat the population. In areas where a health workforce shortage has been identified, the U.S. currently needs more than 17,000 additional primary care practitioners, 12,000 dental health practitioners, and more than 8,000 mental health practitioners. That's according to data the Health Resources and Services Administration received from state offices and health departments. The FDA says Pfizer's RSV vaccine for pregnant women is 82% effective at protecting newborns from severe illness. RSV is a major cause of hospitalizations in infants and the elderly. Safety data did show a slightly higher rate of preterm births in the women who got the experimental vaccine compared with those who got the placebo. The FDA's Vaccine Advisory Committee will meet Thursday to vote on whether to recommend approval for the vaccine.
Happening today, President Biden meeting for a second time with leaders of Congress this afternoon about raising the debt ceiling. Right now, the leaders are honing in on possible areas of agreement, including permitting changes for domestic energy projects and claiming back some unspent federal COVID relief money. In a letter, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told lawmakers the U.S. could run out of cash as early as June 1st.
I made clear again today's meeting that default is not an option. America pays its debts, pays its bills.
We're a long way apart, but what changed in this meeting was the president has now selected 2 people from his administration to directly negotiate with us.
Some Democrats are already expressing worry that the president will make concessions, namely expanding work requirements for certain government aid programs. Negotiations are expected to resume tomorrow.
Lawmakers are also looking into artificial intelligence, grilling executives today on its safety as they try to come up with some sort of regulatory policy. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman testified before a Senate Judiciary Subcommittee today amid concerns sparked by his company's chatbot tool, ChatGPT. Artificial intelligence has generated many fears, such as replacing or disrupting human jobs, spreading misinformation, and perpetuating biases. Altman said he is mindful of the risks, but there are benefits to pursuing the technology responsibly.
We are working to build tools that one day can help us make new discoveries and address some of humanity's biggest challenges, like climate change and curing cancer.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar expressed concern for local news and for the theft of its content. One expert testified that bot-generated websites are already delivering unreliable content.
Democrats today introducing a resolution to expel Republican Representative George Santos. The motion is privileged, so House Republicans have until Thursday to schedule a vote. The move is expected to fail, but it will put House Republicans on the record over the indicted congressman who is facing calls to resign from his own party. Santos has pleaded not guilty to 13 federal charges, including allegations of fraud related to COVID-19 unemployment benefits. When we come back, Gary will have a complete look at your forecast. Could we see some rain by the end of the work week?
But first, is chocolate milk coming off the menu at public schools? Why the USDA is considering banning it from the cafeteria.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man. Thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with Front Assist. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit.
And we're experts in all of it, so no matter why you run, your best race starts here.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
A supper club. A place that serves supper. House coffee, garden salad, potatoes au gratin, bacon wrapped scallops. Old fashioned. That's superior.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2023 Atlas Family SE Tech with 4Motion models. Limited inventory available.
I want what is shown to the public to be what's actually happening.
A former employee of Madison's Henry Vilas Zoo makes some eye-opening claims about the zoo's animal care practices. News 3 Now investigates, Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. A new list from U.S. News and World Report ranks Green Bay as the best place to live in the U.S. The rankings were determined by affordability, quality of life, desirability, and job market. The publication says Green Bay's affordable housing, low crime rates, and high air quality make the city a great place to live. Madison just missed out on the top 10, coming in at 11.
Should chocolate milk be banned from school cafeterias? The U.S. Department of Agriculture is considering that question, and there are strong feelings on both sides. At issue, the added sugar in flavored milk. Some say it's contributing to rising levels of childhood obesity. Others argue taking chocolate milk off the menu will lead children to drink less milk, which means they would lose out on calcium and other nutrients. The USDA is expected to make the milk decision the first part of next year, and that decision will impact nearly 30 million students in elementary and middle schools. Meanwhile, Taco Bell is fighting to remove the trademark from Taco Tuesday. Rival Taco John's trademarked the phrase back in 1989. Since then, the company has sent cease and desist letters to other restaurants who use it. Now Taco Bell's filing a petition with the Patent and Trademark Office. The restaurant chain argues nobody should have exclusive rights to a common phrase. The trademark appeal process can take up to 2 years.
Dane County kicked off its new season of the Climate Change Mitigation Project to reduce the Yahara Lake's flooding risk. Crews will work at dredging 2 separate locations this year to help improve water flow, flood storage capacity, and fish and wildlife habitat in the Yahara Lakes.
So what we're seeing here is sort of the finished project of a lot of site preparation, a lot of permitting work, a lot of analysis, and then when you get down to being able to move forward, it's really rewarding to see.
To date, Dane County has removed approximately 73,000 cubic yards, or about 5,500 dump truck loads of sediment from the Yahara chain of lakes through this initiative.
As temperatures warm up, fire officials are issuing warnings about high fire risks, especially in northern Wisconsin. Right now in our area, it's only a moderate risk. DNR fire prevention specialists say the southern portion of the state tends to green up more quickly, which means there's usually less danger. For those in the moderate risk area, the DNR recommends mowing your lawn in the morning or late in the day to avoid peak burn hours. Smoke from the wildfires could dim some sunshine that we might otherwise have seen tomorrow. Gary's back with a complete forecast.
We had some today. You know, I think the fire danger should be high here in southern Wisconsin, too, with all the grass that I have on my lawn. You know, from mowing, I mean, everybody is seeing their lawn grow, and, you know, all that dead grass on top certainly could lead to a wildfire in some areas. But 3 things you need to know on our forecast. Look for at least a cooler day for tomorrow with high temperatures dropping back into the upper 60s, but all in all, not too bad. Again, the wildfire smoke will still be overhead, but there'll be some showers and thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday. Actually, thunderstorms Thursday night and a chance of showers on Friday. Temperatures will cool down a bit on Friday, but dry weather returns this weekend and lasts through much of next week, along with a warming trend. High temperatures will be in the lower 70s this weekend and Monday of next week, and then up to around 80 by Wednesday. High temperatures over the next 10 days. See the average high going from 69 to 73, and we're into the 80s as we head toward the latter part of next week. High temperatures today generally we're in the upper 70s to lower 80s, at least across our part of the Midwest. Temperatures, though, turned a lot cooler near Lake Michigan. Take a look at these temperatures now. Milwaukee down to 48 after hitting the lower 80s today. 37 in Marquette, Michigan. 38 degrees in Superior, whereas La Crosse still almost at 70 degrees. So a big temperature contrast across the state. Across the Midwest right now, you can see the cool air mainly near the Great Lakes. Of course, the lakes being colder this time of year compared to the surrounding land areas. That has a lot to do with it, but inland areas generally are pretty comfortable. Weather track shows not much in the way of cloud cover other than that wildfire smoke that's been drifting down from Canada. That's because the jet stream winds are coming from southern Canada and into the northern part of the Midwest. And the wildfires have been pretty prevalent over parts of Alberta and British Columbia. So that's where the smoke is originating, but making it all the way down into our part of the Midwest. west. Showers, a few thunderstorms out in the Rockies, some showers and storms in the southeastern part of the country, but right now these fronts don't have much in the way of moisture associated with them. Thought as the cold front came through this evening there could be an isolated shower. Didn't see any pop up, but notice the wind shift now to the northeast. The milder air just on the other side of this front. We'll be on the north side of the front for tomorrow with cool weather, but as that front works its way back northward on Thursday as a warm front, those temperatures will warm right back up into the mid to upper 70s. In fact, if we take a look at future track, you can see mainly clear skies for tonight. Then as we head into tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Again, there'll be that wildfire smoke to contend with. Then winds start to become a little more southerly as we head into Thursday, and you can see some scattered showers and thunderstorms to the north and west. Now, by Thursday afternoon, they'll start to affect areas north and west of Madison. Most of the area will stay dry with temperatures, again, mid to upper 70s, but then those scattered showers and thunderstorms come through on Thursday night. Friday, we could see a couple of showers pop up with a secondary front that kind of drops in during the afternoon, but all in all, the better chances for rain will be Thursday night. For tomorrow, look for mostly sunny skies. It'll be cooler, high temperature at 68 degrees. Again, that wildfire smoke overhead adding a haze to the sky. Planning your day for tomorrow across Dane County. High temperature 67 in Dalyville, 68 in Verona, and 68 in Stoughton with mostly sunny skies. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, temperatures cooler near Lake Michigan. Milwaukee staying in the 50s, whereas it'll be around 70 in Prairie du Chien and La Crosse, 69 degrees for the high temperature in Platteville. Then those showers and thunderstorms arrive late Thursday into Thursday night. The better chances for heavier rain will be across central Wisconsin, probably looking at about a quarter to a half inch over much of southern Wisconsin, unless you get caught underneath a heavier thunderstorm. First one, 7 to 10 day forecast. Cooler for Wednesday, warmer for Thursday, cooler for Friday with a chance of rain, and then dry weather for the weekend and through much of next week. High temperatures very comfortable, lower 70s for the weekend. Back to around 80 by Wednesday. Some shower and thunderstorm chances as we approach the Memorial Day weekend.
A professional women's soccer team will be coming to Madison. The USL Super League announced the new team in a press conference today. The league will launch as a first division league with 10 to 12 teams next year. Madison's team will not be part of the league for the inaugural season, but will eventually join teams from across the country in 2025.
And coming up in sports, the Brewers bounce back thanks to the long ball. The big hit that got them the win is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
Spring has sprung. Visit Menard's Garden Center for everything you need to get your garden growing. Choose from hundreds of beautiful, colorful flowers, lush trees and shrubs, and everything in between. Menard's Garden Center is back in bloom. Stop in and get your garden on today. Bonnie vegetable and herb plants are just $3.49 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menard's.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Time to claim independence from winter and get outside for the first festival of the season. Sitten de Mai in Stoughton. Arts and crafts fans come see quilts, hardanger, bunad's, rosemalling, and vendors. It's the first festival of the season. Sitten de Mai in Stoughton.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough, and it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you.
Lease a new Ford F-150 STX for $419 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
So far this season, nobody's been able to touch Janesville Craig baseball. In 17 games, they've allowed a total of 18 runs while scoring 220. That's the challenge facing Sun Prairie East. Cardinals and Cougars, two of the best in Division I. Bottom of the first, SP East down 2-0. Not for long. John Hadley sends a shot at least 369 feet to clear the bases and give the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. But that lead wouldn't last long. 2 on for Jake Schaffner. He's gonna sky one off the wall in center field. 2 runs come home to score, and Cougars go on to win 17-6. Game 2 between the Brewers and Cardinals. Craig Counsell hoping his team forgot about losing by 17 runs in Game 1. This is going to help. Tied at 2 in the 6th, Brian Anderson puts the Crew on top with the solo shot. That'd be your game winner. Brewers win it 3-2, the final. In a little over 3 weeks, the AmFam Championship will tee off at University Ridge, and all the big names on the Champions Tour will be there, including 2-time AmFam champ Jerry Kelly, and of course, the tourney host himself, Steve Stricker. And today at Media Day, the Edgerton native took a second to look back at how the tournament came together and quickly turned into one of the best events on the Champions Tour.
We dreamt of, bringing tournament golf or something to our area. I don't think we ever imagined where we're at today and the amount of money that we've been able to give back to not only the Children's Hospital, but all these other charities in our area. It's a very special feeling, and the players feel that too when they come here.
Andy North is back to host the Celebrity Foursome, and this year's squad is star-studded. The captain, Derek Jeter, returns to the AmFam Championship, and joining him, 2-time major winner and Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson, and get this, Michael Phelps. Yeah, that Michael Phelps, who has 28 Olympic medals to his name. The four will play a 9-hole for charity on Saturday, June 10th. Let's kick it. Sugar River taking on Lodi with a conference title on the line. First half, Raiders on the attack, and Cara Bainbridge is there to tap it in to make it 1-0 Sugar River. Then, under a minute before half, the Raiders strike again. This time, it's Anya Brankman going corner pocket to make it a 2-goal game. Sugar River goes on to win 3-0 the final. We're back after this.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Thank you so much for picking up.
When you really desperately need to talk to your insurance company, when you're having one of the worst days of your life,
What do people do at a time like this?
sometimes you just want to talk to someone, a person, not a robot or a recording or an app. Oh, sure, we have all that stuff.
By Friday.
But on a day like that,
Just like that?
that phone line can end up feeling like a lifeline.
Thank you so much for listening.
At a time like that, you want a company like West Bend, because the worst brings out our best.
lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
The good news, U.S. Cellular gives you $1,200 off any phone with no trade-in needed.
Wow.
So, friend who always has a broken phone can finally get a new one.
It's just a scratch. It's broken.
Oh.
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Finally tonight, many schools across the state hosted graduation ceremonies over the weekend, but for one Eastern Iowa man, the ceremony was especially meaningful because it was 80 years in the making. Fred Taylor is 101 years old. He was finally able to take part in his graduation ceremony 8 decades after first getting his degree. He says he wasn't able to attend his ceremony the first time because he left school to serve in the Army during World War II.
Excuses.
That's an incredibly
You know
story.
what? Fred gets a pass.
Yeah, okay.
More than a
Huge
pass.
That is an absolutely awesome story. Gary, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, still going to be dealing with some wildfire haze for tomorrow. There's the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Temperatures right now range from the 40s near Lake Michigan to almost 70 out toward La Crosse. Dane County kind of right in the middle with temperatures mainly in the middle 50s. 57 right now in Middleton, 54 degrees in Stoughton. Look for temperatures to drop off to about 40 overnight. High tomorrow, 68 degrees.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.